Besides having a wallet full of money, having a masculine chest is one of the most attractive things a man can have. For as long as I can remember, people used to make fun of me because of my chest. I always wanted to have a strong and well-developed chest like the characters in the movies, but reality had other plans for me. So I tried everything I could in the attempt to, well, develop a masculine chest. But after years of trying and failing, I finally got rid of my man boobs and built a masculine chest. I'm gonna tell you now what I've learned and divide it into 3 simple steps so you can also achieve the same. So keep watching because trust me, this is gonna change your life. Most people believe that the reason they have man boobs or an underdeveloped chest is because of gynecomastia, but that's not usually true. According to coaches and doctors, roughly 90% of people who believe they have gynecomastia, what they really have is just fat stored around the chest. So the first step is understanding what is the cause of the problem in your particular situation, because the solution will depend on that. There are 2 different causes, the first one being gynecomastia, which is an enlargement of the male breast tissue. This usually happens when there is a hormonal imbalance such as higher estrogen levels, lower testosterone, which are the female and male hormones respectively, or as a side effect of certain medications. And the second cause is just fat around the chest. You can tell the difference between the 2 right now by pinching your chest with your fingers. If you feel like there is a rubbery or firm lump directly underneath the nipple, then it's more likely to be gynecomastia. But if it feels soft and squishy all the way through, then it's just fat. So if it is gyno, lots of the time it goes away on its own, especially on teenagers. On adults it's a little more complicated though. We can still improve our chest, but getting rid of the gyno might require medical attention. But if it's just fat, that means we can fix it with some lifestyle changes, and since most of the time that's what it is, even in my own case, that's what we will focus on. This step now has everything to do with getting to a lower body fat percentage. A lot of people believe that all they need to do to fix this situation is just to train chest every day, but that's wrong. I used to believe the same. I started working out and I tried to grow and develop my chest, but what I achieved was to make the situation even worse. By growing the size of my chest and still have a lot of fat around it, the chest looked bigger but not better, so be careful with making the same mistake. What we need to focus on is on reducing our body fat percentage, and the only way to do this is by consuming less calories than we burn. So don't fall for the lies that if you put plastic or a slimming belt around your chest it's going to help you. It is not. We must be in a calorie deficit to fix it. The priority should be fixing our eating habits. I know it's very hard to change your whole diet all at once. I couldn't do it either. That's why at first what I recommend is just getting rid of junk food, processed sugar, and liquid calories. If you can manage to change this, trust me, you're gonna make a lot of progress. Now, to get the most of our efforts, I'd urge you to prioritize protein if you aren't already. When you eat more protein, you feel fuller for longer and it helps you preserve muscle, which is crucial especially in this situation, because not only do we want to get rid of the fat, but we also want to develop a masculine chest. So try to consume more protein to preserve muscle while losing fat, or to even gain muscle if you do right the next part we're gonna be talking about. This part has everything to do with training. If we want to grow our muscles, then we must start working out. It won't grow just because you want it to. So in this case, we want to target our chest muscles by doing some specific exercises. But before we talk about them, remember, you do not need to train chest every day. Actually, it would be better if you'd not. Training it for 2 to 3 times per week is the sweet spot for muscle growth and recovery. Make sure you progressively overload your muscles. That means you do more reps or lift heavier over time. After a while, your body will get used to lifting, so it won't grow any bigger unless you challenge it. So now, let's talk about specific exercises we can do. The first one being push-ups. Really good for your chest, highly convenient, you can do it basically anywhere and it doesn't require you to go to the gym. This is great if you work out at home, especially if you try some of its variations to target different parts of your chest. But the ones I do more often are bench press, especially inclined to target the upper part of the chest, dips to target the lower part and lift it up, and dumbbell fly to improve its shape. And here's another mistake I made. I used to train chest a lot, but I focused mostly on the middle part with flat bench press because it's easier, you can lift heavier and feel stronger, but that didn't allow my chest to grow as I wanted. It can help you grow the middle section of your chest, but if the upper part is underdeveloped, you will not achieve the aesthetic look we are chasing here. There has to be a balance. There are hundreds of exercises, but these are my favorite ones. They help me target and grow my chest the way I want, and I don't have to spend hours at the gym waiting for the machine cables to finish my workout. I lied. There's another step you need to take, because if you don't, basically everything would be for nothing, and it is to fix your posture. Hunching your back will make your chest look flaccid and weird, and that's not aesthetic at all. But once you straighten your back, you're gonna notice a huge difference almost immediately. So do posture exercises or get a back straightener, but do something about it. And trust me, it's gonna help you a lot. If you get to a lower body fat percentage, increase your protein intake, work out consistently and progressively overload your muscles, you'll definitely get rid of your man boobs and develop a more aesthetic masculine chest just like I did. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. Here I share my experiences and all the knowledge I've accumulated in my self-development journey. That's everything for this video. Goodbye.